Hey everyone, my name is Kobi Zane and I'm a field herpetologist, specifically studying the reptiles and amphibians in the San Francisco Bay Area. I got this great opportunity to study the reptiles and amphibians at this wonderful place called Groundswell Institute. Won't you come and check it out with me? The California slender salamander, also known in Latin or the scientific name as Batrachoseps attenuatus. Batracho stands for frog, seps stands for lizard, attenuatus stands for drawn out or thin. So it's a lizard-like amphibian that is very thin, or the California slender salamander. Found from sea level all the way up to about 4,000 feet in elevation, this salamander ranges from extreme southwest Oregon, extending south along coastal ranges of mountains, foothills, redwoods, and grasslands that extend all the way down to the base of the Sierra Nevada, adjacent to Sacramento, and down to Monterey County. Here is an example of an adult slender salamander and a juvenile. Characterized by their slender figure and tiny legs, they can reach 13 centimeters total in length. Their diet consists of spiders, mites, and snails, and they are unique in their ability to outcompete other species in their specialized niche of searching for food in narrow subterranean tunnels. Slender salamanders are an ancient lineage. They are entirely sedentary, and in their entire lifespan, an individual may move no more than just a few feet. This means that slender salamanders, perhaps more than any other type of vertebrate, are simply just riding the underlying tectonic plates. One of more than 10 species of Batrachoseps in California, attenuatus is the only one in the greater San Francisco Bay Area. The one-legged creature is envious of the millipede. The millipede is envious of the snake. The snake is envious of the wind. The wind is envious of the eye. The eye is envious of the heart. A major difference between the millipede and the centipede is that the millipede has 2 legs on each side of the segment, or 4 legs per segment, and the centipede only has 1 leg on each side of the segment, or 2 legs per segment. This is a northwest forest scorpion that I found out on my hike. Its scientific name is Uranoctus mordax. Euro stands for tail, mordax is biting or corroding, tonus equals pinch, or a northwest forest scorpion. Out of my adventures, I came across a male with 2 juvenile western fence lizards, or Scoloporus occidentalis. Scilo stands for leg, porus, hole, occidentalis is western or of the west. The males of this species have bright turquoise or blue scales on the underside of their bellies. During the breeding season, they perch up on the highest rocks, doing as many push-ups as they possibly can, saying, "Hey ladies, come look at me." Here is a great example of a male and his display colors on the underside of his belly. You can see the turquoise on his throat and on the left and right side of his body. This particular male was very patient with me, and I was grateful to get the shot. One of my favorite things about this lizard is they have the ability to kill the bacterium that causes Lyme disease. When a disease-carrying tick feeds on this lizard's blood, the disease-causing bacteria is killed and the tick no longer carries the disease. Here is the size scale example of how tiny the creatures are that I am searching for here in the forest. This little guy is a red belly newt, also known as Pterica rivularis. Pterica newts are divided into 4 species, all ranging on the Pacific regions of North America. Perhaps one of my favorite things about this genus is that they produce a toxin called tetrodotoxin. This can cause death by ingestion to a human, making this species one of the most toxic newts in the world. Oftentimes, you can see members of the Pterica genus walking confidently on the forest floors, especially during a cool, rainy day, just like these red-bellied newts are doing here in the footage I was able to capture. Their color displays are clear signs to predators, giving the statement, "Hey, I'm toxic and colorful, and you better stay back." They even can get into a defense posture while they will arch their backs to better show the vibrant red color of their bellies. Their breeding season is in late February to March. The males arrive first, and females release chemical pheromones so that males can find them. Up to 12 clusters of about 6 to 16 eggs are laid in March or April under rocks near the streams. Juveniles are underground until they reach sexual maturity, and they can live up to 15 years. Here you can see males will have flattened tails and swollen gonads during breeding season. They will travel miles to the exact same breeding spot within freshwater streams, so it's always important to leave them be so they can get exactly where they're going. I am so grateful to be able to find these guys in the wild and get this footage of these red-bellied newts. See you later, little guys! Perhaps one of my most favorite species I've encountered here in the Bay Area is this Insatina salamander. Okay guys, I'm not going to try and say their scientific name because just look at that thing. These guys are mimics. Remember me talking about defensive display postures? Well, this salamander does not produce the deadly toxin of the Pterica family, but they have co-evolved to look like them in color, as well as being able to mimic their defense displays. This individual was displaying for me to show the bottom of his legs and all of his colors to try and warn me away from getting this lucky shot. Insatinas do not migrate, and movements are generally limited. Evidence shows that individuals are pretty aggressive and will defend their territories and homes. So again, it's always important to keep these little guys right where you found them if you were to encounter them in the wild. Because this species does not travel far and does not have a relationship with flowing water, they are what you call direct developers when it comes to reproduction. This means that all of the metamorphosing life stages of a salamander happen within the egg, and out comes a tiny new salamander. This little jewel is what you call a 5-lined skink, or a Plestiodon fasciatus. In Latin, plestos means most, and odontis is teeth, referring to this genus of skink having the most teeth. Fasciatus is derived from the Latin word stripe. Males are pretty territorial, allowing smaller juveniles and females into the areas, but they will fend off any males that try to intrude. Females are territorial as well and will guard their eggs during incubation. They will brood their eggs, wrapping their bodies around the clutch to keep them warm and moist, sometimes even urinating on them for moisture. You may be wondering why their tails are so blue. Well, 5-lined skinks also exhibit anti-predation behavior. If an invasion of various predators such as snakes, crows, hawks, shrews, skunks, cats come to attack them, they can drop their tails and have a chance to escape. The tail can regenerate eventually, so this is a small sacrifice compared to losing the more important body parts. These These skinks use vomeronasal analysis of chemical cues, as well as recognition of sex-specific visual stimuli, including body coloration, to tell the difference between one another while they are out and about. Where five-lined skinks are abundant, they aid in controlling insect populations. They are also host carriers of the common chigger, a species that regularly attack humans, so it's always important to wash your hands if you have a friendly encounter with one of these guys in the wild. I honestly cannot tell you how grateful I am to have discovered and been welcomed to Groundswell Institute, but I would like to show you. I look forward to working with this institution more, creating educational opportunities, lasting relationships, and more animal species to discover. Thank you, Groundswell. Until next time!